Have you ever noticed how something as simple as getting out of a chair or reaching for a shelf feels a little harder than it used to? Maybe your joints feel stiff in the morning, or your back protests when you try to sit up straight for too long. These are not just small inconveniences, they're signs from your body that it's asking for a little extra care. And here's the good news. You don't need a fancy gym, expensive equipment, or even the ability to get down on the floor to give your body what it needs. The secret may actually be sitting right in front of you, your chair. I'm Dr. Linda Rose, and today I want to show you how chair yoga can become your new best friend. As a physical therapist, I've seen firsthand how powerful these simple seated movements can be for older adults. Chair yoga is safe, gentle, and surprisingly effective. It improves circulation, eases joint stiffness, strengthens weak muscles, and even calms the mind. Best of all, you can do it any time, while watching television, reading, or even enjoying your morning cup of tea. Think of your chair as more than just a place to sit. With the right guidance, it becomes a tool for healing, energy, and independence. Whether you are in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or beyond, you deserve to move with more freedom and less pain. Before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell, so you never miss a simple, science-backed health tip, designed especially for older adults like you. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback is invaluable and helps me improve these videos for your benefit. Now, let's begin. Exercise 1. Seated mountain pose. When most people hear the word yoga, they picture someone twisting themselves into complicated shapes on the floor. But chair yoga begins with something much simpler, and much more powerful than you might expect. It starts with posture, and the exercise I call the seated mountain pose. This is one of the most fundamental chair yoga exercises I teach my patients, because it sets the foundation for every other movement. Let me walk you through it. Sit tall in your chair with both feet flat on the ground. Feel the weight of your body evenly balanced on your sitting bones. Place your hands gently on your thighs, and imagine that a string is attached to the crown of your head, lifting you up toward the ceiling. Your shoulders roll back and down, your chest opens, and your spine elongates. That's it. Simple, right? But don't underestimate its power. What makes this pose so special is how it retrains your body to sit and stand with better alignment. As we age, many of us slowly develop rounded shoulders, a forward head, and a slouched back. These changes may seem small at first, but over time they affect everything. From how well you breathe, to how steady you feel on your feet, to how much energy you have during the day. The seated mountain pose gently corrects those habits, one breath at a time. Now, here's what I want you to do while holding this pose. Close your eyes if you're comfortable, and take slow, deep breaths. Inhale through your nose, feeling your belly expand, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Stay here for about 30 to 60 seconds, focusing on the rhythm of your breathing. As you breathe, imagine that every inhale fills you with strength and stability, and every exhale releases tension and stiffness. One of my patients, a gentleman in his 70s, once told me that he thought this exercise was too easy when I first showed him. But after practicing it daily for a week, he noticed that his lower back pain eased, his neck felt freer, and even his balance while walking improved. Sometimes the simplest things make the biggest difference. From a physical therapist's perspective, this exercise engages your core muscles, the ones deep in your abdomen that help support your spine. It also relaxes tight shoulders and lengthens your back muscles. By practicing it regularly, you are essentially teaching your body how to reset into a healthier position, which reduces wear and tear on your joints. But here's something many people overlook. Posture also affects your mood and confidence. When you sit tall and breathe deeply, your brain gets more oxygen, your energy increases, and you naturally feel calmer. Patients often tell me they feel more alert, more grounded, and even more optimistic after practicing this pose. That's why I sometimes call it a 2-in-1 exercise, good for both body and mind. The best part? You can do the seated mountain pose anywhere, while waiting at the doctor's office, sitting in a car, or relaxing at home. No one even has to know you're doing yoga. It's discreet, effective, and it trains your body to carry itself with dignity and strength. If you're just beginning your chair yoga journey, let this be your first step. Think of it as planting a seed of better posture, better breathing, and better movement. With daily practice, that seed will grow into stronger mobility and a renewed sense of independence. Remember, every tall breath you take in this pose is an investment in your future self. Exercise 2. Seated cat-cow stretch. If the seated mountain pose is about finding alignment and strength, the next exercise is all about flexibility and gentle movement. One of the most common complaints I hear from older adults is stiffness, especially in the back, neck, and shoulders. That's where the seated cat-cow stretch comes in. This exercise is one of my personal favorites because it brings immediate relief to tired, tight muscles, and it also improves the health of your spine. Let's start together. Sit tall in your chair with your feet planted firmly on the floor. Place your hands on your knees. As you take a deep breath in, gently arch your back, pushing your chest forward and lifting your chin toward the ceiling. Feel your shoulders roll back and your belly expand. This is the cow position. Then, as you exhale, round your back, pulling your belly button in, and let your chin gently drop toward your chest. That's the cat position. Slowly move between these two poses with your breathing. Inhale to cow, exhale to cat. Continue for about 6 to 8 slow cycles. Now, why is this exercise so important? With age, many of us lose mobility in our spine. We spend long hours sitting, and the natural curves of our back become stiff and less resilient. This stiffness doesn't just affect your posture. It can also cause pain, restrict your breathing, and make even simple movements, like turning to look behind you, much harder. The cat-cow movement helps re-lubricate the joints of your spine, improving flexibility and circulation to the surrounding muscles. It's like giving your back a gentle oil change. I remember working with a woman in her 70s who told me she hadn't been able to take a deep breath without discomfort in years. After practicing this stretch daily for just 2 weeks, she was amazed at how much freer her chest and lungs felt. She told me, "Dr. Rose, I didn't realize how much I was holding my breath until I felt it release." That's the beauty of this exercise. It reconnects you to your own breath and body in a very healing way. From a physical therapist's perspective, cat-cow is not only good for the spine, but also for the nervous system. The gentle rhythm of moving with your breath activates what we call the rest and digest part of your body, which lowers stress and helps you feel calm. Many of my patients describe it as a moving meditation, a way to relax the mind while caring for the body. If you deal with arthritis, chronic back pain, or even tension headaches, this stretch can be a safe, natural way to ease discomfort. By moving slowly and breathing deeply, you're gently massaging your muscles, releasing tightness, and reminding your joints how to move smoothly again. Think of it as sending love and oxygen to every part of your spine, from your neck down to your lower back. One small tip: if your neck feels sensitive, keep your gaze forward rather than looking up too high during the cow pose. The goal is gentle relief, not strain. Always listen to your body. Comfort is the key. What I love most about this exercise is how quickly it shifts your energy. Just a few rounds can leave you feeling lighter, taller, and more mobile. And the best part: you can do it almost anywhere. Whether you're sitting at the breakfast table, watching television, or even taking a short break while reading, the cat-cow is always available to you. So, if you've been feeling stiff or stuck lately, let this exercise remind you that your spine is still alive with movement. Each inhale opens your chest to new possibilities, and each exhale releases what no longer serves you. It's a beautiful way to honor your body, your breath, and your age with grace. Exercise 3. Seated spinal twist. One of the biggest challenges I see in my older patients is reduced flexibility in the spine and waist. It becomes harder to turn around, look over the shoulder, or even reach for something beside you. Over time, this stiffness can limit independence, making everyday tasks like driving, dressing, or even enjoying a game of cards more difficult. That's why I love teaching the seated spinal twist. It's gentle, safe, and incredibly effective at keeping your spine mobile. Let's do it together. Sit tall in your chair with your feet firmly on the floor. Place your right hand on the outside of your left thigh. Your left hand can rest on the armrest, the back of the chair, or your hip, wherever it feels natural. As you inhale, sit up even taller, lengthening your spine. Then, as you exhale, slowly twist your upper body toward the left. Keep your hips facing forward and think of the twist coming from your waist and ribs, not just your shoulders. Hold this position for 3 to 5 breaths, then gently return to the center. Repeat on the other side. You don't have to force the movement. Even a small twist can provide big benefits. The key is to lengthen on the inhale and gently deepen the twist on the exhale, always respecting your body's limits. With time and practice, you may find the movement becomes easier and more natural. Now let me explain why this exercise matters. The spine is designed to bend, flex, and rotate. But with age, if we don't use this range of motion, we lose it. The seated spinal twist helps maintain healthy mobility in the vertebrae and surrounding muscles. It also stimulates circulation to the organs in your abdomen, which is why some people feel refreshed and even lighter after practicing it. I once worked with a woman in her 80s who felt her torso was locked in place. She told me she avoided turning her head while walking because it made her feel unsteady. After adding the seated spinal twist to her daily routine, she gradually regained confidence. Within a month, she was not only moving with greater ease, but she also shared that her digestion improved. This didn't surprise me. Twisting movements gently massage the abdominal organs, helping with digestion and bloating. From a therapeutic perspective, this exercise is a gift for the back muscles. It lengthens tight areas along the spine, reduces stiffness in the shoulders, and encourages better posture. Many of us spend hours each day in forward-facing positions, reading, watching television, or using the phone. The twist helps counteract this one-directional stress, restoring balance. Another benefit is how calming it feels. Twisting slowly with the breath activates your body's relaxation response. I often tell my patients to imagine wringing out tension, the way you might gently wring out a towel. Each exhale helps release old stiffness and stress, leaving you with a sense of lightness. If you have osteoporosis, be sure to twist gently and avoid jerking or forcing the motion. Think of this less as a workout and more as a conversation with your body. Listen carefully, move slowly, and let your breath guide the depth. The seated spinal twist is one of those exercises you can sneak into daily life. Try it while sitting at your dining table, waiting for a phone call, or even during commercials on television. With regular practice, you'll notice more freedom in your waist, shoulders, and back. More importantly, you'll feel confident in simple movements, like turning to greet a friend or reaching for something behind you. Remember, mobility is independence. The more your spine can move comfortably, the more freedom you have in daily life. Each gentle twist is a reminder that your body is capable of change, no matter your age. Exercise 4. Seated forward bend. There's a saying in yoga, a flexible spine equals a youthful body. But flexibility isn't just about being able to touch your toes, it's about keeping your muscles long, your joints moving smoothly, and your circulation flowing. One of the best ways to encourage all of these benefits in a safe, supported way is through the seated forward bend. This chair yoga exercise gently stretches the back, hamstrings, and hips, while also calming the mind. Let's begin. Sit near the edge of your chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly hinge forward from your hips. Allow your torso to drape over your thighs, letting your head and arms relax naturally. If your hands reach the floor, wonderful. If not, simply rest them on your shins or knees. The key is not how far you go, but how relaxed and supported you feel in the stretch. Stay in this position for 5 to 8 deep breaths, then gently roll back up to sitting, one vertebra at a time. At first, this might feel like a very simple exercise, but don't underestimate its healing power. The seated forward bend provides a deep release for the spine and back muscles, which often carry hidden tension. Many older adults unknowingly hold stress in their lower back, And this stretch acts like a reset button, loosening tightness and encouraging blood flow to the area. I remember guiding a gentleman in his late 60s through this movement. He was recovering from years of working at a desk job and carried a great deal of stiffness in his hamstrings and lower back. After just a few weeks of practicing the seated forward bend daily, he told me he was sleeping better and even standing taller. He said, "Dr. Rose, I didn't realize how much stress I was storing in my back until it finally let go." From a physical therapy standpoint, this pose also helps the nervous system. When you fold forward and breathe deeply, you signal your body to relax. This lowers blood pressure, reduces anxiety, and creates a sense of calm. For many of my patients, the seated forward bend becomes not just a stretch, but a quiet moment of peace in their day, a chance to pause, breathe, and feel safe in their own body. It also gently stretches the hamstrings, the long muscles at the back of your legs. Tight hamstrings are very common with age, and they can pull on the lower back, causing pain or poor posture. By practicing this forward bend, you ease that tension, which helps your back and hips move more freely. Over time, this can improve how easily you walk, bend, or get in and out of a chair. One important safety note: if you feel dizzy or have balance issues, move into the pose slowly and avoid dropping your head too far. Always come up carefully, using your hands on your thighs to help support you. And remember, you don't need to force anything. Gentle stretching is more effective than straining. What I love most about the seated forward bend is how it combines physical release with emotional release. Many people describe it as a letting go pose. When you fold forward, it feels like you're bowing to your own body with respect, allowing stress, stiffness, and even negative emotions to melt away. It's both humbling and empowering at the same time. This exercise is easy to add to daily routines. You can do it first thing in the morning to loosen your back, during the afternoon to reset your posture, or before bed to calm your nervous system. Even just a minute or two can make a noticeable difference. So the next time your back feels tight, or your mind feels cluttered, remember this simple tool. A chair, your breath, and a gentle forward fold may be all you need to feel lighter, calmer, and more at ease in your body. Exercise 5. Seated side stretch. If you think about your daily movements, most of them are forward and backward, walking, sitting, standing, bending. But what we often forget is the importance of side-to-side flexibility. Over the years, I've noticed that many older adults lose this type of mobility, making it harder to reach for something on a shelf, pick up an item from the floor, or even stretch comfortably in bed. That's why the seated side stretch is one of the most valuable chair yoga exercises I teach. It gently opens up the sides of the body, improves flexibility in the spine, and creates a wonderful sense of space for the lungs to breathe more fully. Here's how to do it. Sit tall in your chair with both feet planted firmly on the ground. Place your right hand on the seat of the chair for support. As you take a deep breath in, slowly raise your left arm overhead, reaching up toward the ceiling. Then, as you exhale, gently lean to the right, creating a soft arc along the left side of your body. You should feel a comfortable stretch from your fingertips, down through your ribs, and into your hip. Hold this position for 3 to 5 breaths, then slowly return to center. Switch sides, raising your right arm and leaning to the left. This simple stretch may feel subtle at first, but it brings incredible benefits. As you lean into the movement, the muscles between your ribs, the intercostal muscles, expand and lengthen. These muscles are directly connected to your ability to breathe deeply. For many older adults, shallow breathing becomes a habit, which reduces oxygen levels and leaves the body feeling tired. By practicing the seated side stretch, you open up the rib cage, giving your lungs more room to expand. Patients often tell me they feel an immediate sense of refreshment after this stretch, almost like they've just taken in a big gulp of fresh air. I remember a patient in her 70s who struggled with shortness of breath after even light activity. We added this side stretch into her daily chair yoga practice. Within a few weeks, she told me she felt less winded climbing stairs and more energetic overall. She called it her breathing exercise, and I couldn't agree more. It's a natural way to give your lungs and heart a boost. From a physical therapist's perspective, this stretch also helps release tightness in the spine, hips, and waist. When we sit for long periods, these areas compress and stiffen, which can lead to back pain or restricted movement. The side stretch counteracts this by gently lengthening the spine and opening up the sides of the body. It's also wonderful for digestion, as the movement stimulates circulation through the abdominal organs. If you deal with arthritis or stiffness in your shoulders, don't worry. You don't need to raise your arms straight overhead. You can place your hand on your hip and simply lean sideways, focusing more on the lengthening through your ribs than on how high your arm goes. The key is comfort, not perfection. One thing I always emphasize is the emotional benefit of this stretch. Many people describe it as a heart-opening pose, because it creates a sense of expansion and lightness. When you lean sideways, breathing deeply, it's almost as if you're creating space not just in your body, but in your mind as well. Patients often finish this stretch with a smile, telling me they feel more relaxed, more open, and even more hopeful. The seated side stretch is easy to weave into everyday life. You can do it in the morning to wake up your body, in the afternoon to break up long periods of sitting, or in the evening as a gentle way to unwind. Even doing it once or twice a day can keep your spine and ribcage supple, your breath fuller, and your energy flowing. So the next time you feel stuck or stiff, remember this simple move. Just one deep side stretch can remind you that your body still has space, freedom, and vitality waiting to be unlocked, no matter your age. We've just gone through 5 of the best chair yoga exercises, and I hope you can already imagine how powerful these simple movements can be for your health. Remember, you don't need to be on the floor, wear special clothes, or push your body into complicated poses to feel the benefits of yoga. All you need is a chair, your breath, and a little consistency. As a physical therapist, I've seen lives transformed by exercises just like these. Patients who once felt stiff, limited, or even discouraged, found freedom and strength they didn't think was possible anymore. The beauty of chair yoga is that it meets you exactly where you are. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or beyond, you can begin today and still notice real improvements in your flexibility, strength, balance, and even your mood. What matters most is consistency, not perfection. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can make a meaningful difference over time. Each stretch you do is like a gentle investment in your independence, your comfort, and your quality of life. So I encourage you to pick 1 or 2 of these exercises and try them right after this video. Notice how your body feels, how your breath flows, and how your mind responds. With patience and practice, you'll discover that mobility and vitality are still within your reach. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to Zenior Life, and share it with someone you care about. And if you'd like to continue your journey, I recommend watching my next video on gentle daily stretches to ease joint pain. You'll find it right here on the channel. Until next time, take care of your body, be kind to yourself, and remember, you are stronger and more capable than you think.